Shabbat Shalom, family.
Shalom.
All praises to the Most High. Thank you for another day. This weather switching up on us. Thank the Most High for all of you in here today. Thank Him for His mercy. Thank Him for our health, our families, and our mental state just being strong in these days. You know, we gotta thank Him every day for these things that a lot of people take for granted. The small things that are really the most important things. People think they're small things, but they're what's really important. Just always giving thanks and praise to the Most High. Make sure you take your notes. We're doing a lesson today, just going into Judas. We're just going to name it Judas, and these the way Judas was moving, and even people before Judas, how Judas, that spirit that was in him, how it just operated. Being in your flesh, have you doing things that you regret later, and most of the time, sometimes it can just be too late to really change some things, right? But we know you can repent, but you just damage so much when you operate like Judas, or when people around you operate like Judas. So you got to really know what's important, especially in today's world where everybody's just moved by the money and just greed and hate and all the things evil that people are moved by. So you have to know how to move out here in this evil world. So we're gonna open it up first with the book of Acts. No, first let's go to Proverbs. We go to Proverbs chapter 28. And if we're going too fast, just write it down. And verse 13.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 28 and verse 13. He that covereth his sins shall not prosper, but whoso confesseth and forsaketh them shall have mercy.
So you want to definitely repent. A lot of people, man, today in this world, accountability, it's like everything, people just don't stop and think. Definitely teaching my children that right now. Like, you got to be able to stop and think before you just react. Taking accountability for your actions so you can grow, so you get some understanding of what's going on, And people just try to cover their sin, right? Like, who sees what I'm doing? As long as no one sees what I'm doing, or they can't figure out how I'm trying to finesse or get over on them, it's good, right? But no, you're going to go in circles with yourself. No growth, destroying others, destroying relationships, things that, not waiting on the Most High, basically, not letting Him be your God. Always choosing the route of being in your flesh and not even knowing the Most High. That's why it's so important that we know the ways of Christ and the Most High, so we know how to deal with people, because that's one of the two that hang on all the law: loving the Most High and loving your neighbor, right, as you love yourself. And many people just not even, us being in this word, we think it's, that's common, right? But no, some people are not moving like that. It's all about them. So if you're covering your sin, you're not going to prosper, right? Let's go to Matthew chapter 6. And family, let's start at verse 20.
The book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 20. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
So, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So what do you treasure most? There's a difference, right? Some people, could have the same thing that you have, and you're like, okay, this is really, it's not nothing to me. But some people, no, their heart is in whatever it is that material that's made from the earth. They're willing to sin to go and get it. You might work to get it, right? You might labor for it, like the word says. And those two different things. So you want to make sure where your treasure is, what's most important to you. It should be the kingdom of heaven, because that's the only thing that's promised. Everything here is going to go away once you're up out of here. So making sure you stacking your treasures in heaven, right? Let's finish reading.
Verse 22. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?
How great is that darkness if you got a little? That's why some people is conflicting. And just try to have mercy with people that's trying to change, because they so used to living a certain lifestyle, and then they try to say they want to be a part, they want to mention God, right? And some people playing with the Most High, but some people, right, that darkness that's still there, sometimes they don't know what they doing is evil. So you got to make sure your treasure is more toward the kingdom, because if you're saying, I just want to talk about God today, but I'm more on the evil, you have to make sure you pushing more towards the Most High. You got to keep pushing more in that direction, because if you're doing the majority of the world and not enough of the Most High, you're not going to meet that mark. You got to be on the Most High, right? Let's keep it going.
Verse 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon.
Yeah, you can't be pushing, the wicked lifestyle, and then talking about you love the Most High God. That's like the main thing we always bring up here, right? Because that's what it is. We have to stop thinking because someone is, just speaking of the Most High. That means, matter of fact, let's go Isaiah. Isaiah 29, or do I want Ezekiel? Let's go Isaiah. In verse 13. Isaiah 29 and 13.
It reads, Wherefore the Lord said, For as much as this people draw near me with their mouth, and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me.
So people speak about him, right? But they heart not really toward him, right? That's why he say, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Their heart is, that's why I say people live in the lifestyle they want to live. You say, I'm just not where I want to be. You're not doing the sacrifice. Everything requires sacrifice, right? Let's go to Matthew chapter 26. Let's get into Judas. Because Judas' heart was in the bag. It was just in the money. He didn't care. He was following him. He was with him. An opportunity came, and that just didn't matter. It didn't matter that this was the Son of the Most High God, right? Let's go. Let's start at verse 14. 26 and 14.
The book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 14. Then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went unto the chief priests and said unto them, What will you give me? And I will deliver him unto you. And they covenanted with him for 30 pieces of silver. And from that time he sought opportunity to betray him. Now the first day of the feast of unleavened bread, the disciples came to Yeshua, saying unto him, Where wilt thou that we prepare for thee to eat the Passover? And he said, Go into the city to such a man, and say unto him, The master saith, My time is at hand. I will keep the Passover at thy house with my disciples. And the disciples did as Yeshua had appointed them, and they made ready the Passover. Now when the even was come, he sat down with the 12, and as they did eat, he said, Verily I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me. And they were exceeding sorrowful, and began every one of them to say unto him, Lord, is it I? And he answered and said, He that dippeth his hand with me in the dish, the same shall betray me.
So check this out. He already betrayed him, and then he's going to go have a meal with him, right? So Judas was operating. He already knew what he had planned to do, right? And the wicked, they already know what they want to do. It don't matter what you say. You're trying to have a conversation. You're trying to reason, right? You're like, it's not making sense. It doesn't make sense because people want to do what they want to do. They gonna do it. Let's keep it going.
Verse 24. The Son of Man goeth as it is written of him. But woe unto that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It had been good for that man if he had not been born. Then Judas, which betrayed him, answered and said, Master, is it I? He said unto him, Thou hast said. And as they were eating, Yeshua took bread and blessed it and brake it and gave it to the disciples and said, Take, eat, this is my body. And he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, Drink ye all of it, for this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remission of sins.
So did he really believe this, right? Did he really believe? I mean, what we get into later, like, he knew he sold him out. He knew, man, I really messed up. But the lust consumed him, right? The cares of the world, like when it talks about what the lust of the world is in 1 John chapter 2. Jot that down. So that's why we talking about you got to push toward the Most High to just shed that off. It's what you're practicing on the regular, right? If you going more towards the Most High, you strengthening your spirit, and it consuming. He knew, okay, I'm walking with you. I know, look, I know this is a real deal, but my flesh got the best of me right now. And then sin coming forth, right? Let's keep it going.
Verse 29. But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine, until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And when they had sung an hymn, they went out into the Mount of Olives. Then saith Yeshua unto them, All ye shall be offended because of me this night. For it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock shall be scattered abroad. But after I am risen again, I will go before you into Galilee. Peter answered and said unto him, Though all men shall be offended because of thee, yet will I never be offended. Yeshua said unto him, Verily I say unto thee, that this night before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice.
So he already knew what was in his disciples, right? He already knew what Judas was going to do. And he just, look, Father's will be done. He had to just let it go through. Let's keep it going.
Peter said unto him, Though I should die with thee, yet will I not deny thee. Likewise also said all the disciples. Then cometh Yeshua with them unto a place called Gethsemane, and saith unto the disciples, Sit ye here while I go and pray yonder. And he took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, and began to be sorrowful and very heavy.
Let's jump it down a bit. Let's go verse 45.
It reads, Then cometh he to his disciples, and saith unto them, Sleep on now, and take your rest. Behold, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners.
So, Father's will be done. He already knew what was coming. And sometimes, you have to just let the Father work. Stay focused on him. No weapon against you shall prosper. Because Judas thought, in his heart, he thought that, okay, that he was on the come up. And he perished with that money, right? That money, it's just going to play on Judas's brain, in his mind, that he came up and that he's done something good. But really, he don't get the kingdom. You done betrayed the Son of Man. You done betrayed the disciples. You done betrayed your nation, right? So many things come from lust. That's why you got to make sure you thinking and you in the spirit at all time. Let's keep it going.
Quick question.
Uh-huh.
I know it's far back, but back here when he asked, is it him? Did he genuinely not know it was him that was gonna?
No, Judas knew. He was just trying to see if he knew what he knew.
If he was gonna call him out on it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he already knew, because Judas had already betrayed him before they had the meal, before they sat down to eat. When you read what's that? Like when you read verse 14 and 15, he already went. He went and said, what y'all gonna give me that I give him up to you? All right, let's keep it going.
Verse 46. Rise, let us be going. Behold, he is at hand that doth betray me. And while he yet spake, lo, Judas, one of the 12, came, and with him a great multitude with swords and staves, from the chief priests and elders of the people. Now he that betrayed him gave them a sign, saying, whomsoever I shall kiss, that same is he. Hold him fast. And forthwith he came to Yeshua, and said, Hail, Master, and kissed him. And Yeshua said unto him, Friend, wherefore art thou come? Then came they, and laid hands on Yeshua, and took him. And behold, one of them which were with Yeshua stretched out his hand, and drew his sword, and struck a servant of the high priest, and smote off his ear. Then said Yeshua unto him, Put up again thy sword into his place. For all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. Thinkest thou that I cannot pray to my Father, and he shall presently give me more than 12 legions of angels? But how then shall the scriptures be fulfilled, that thus it must be?
This must be that Isaiah 53, who shall believe the report? That he was stricken for our transgressions, right? This is, he knew that this must be. He didn't try to go against it, right? Let's go to Matthew 27. Let's get 3 through 5.
The book of Matthew, chapter 27 and verse 3. Then Judas, which had betrayed him, when he saw that he was condemned, repented himself, and brought again the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and elders, saying, I have sinned in that I have betrayed the innocent blood. And they said, What is that to us? See thou to it. See thou to that. And he cast down the pieces of silver in the temple, and departed and went and hanged himself.
See, he already knew, man, I'd have messed up. The lust got the best of them. What it say? Hold on. You must battle against your flesh. It destroys so much. And that's something that don't go away, family. Like, it don't matter if we've been in this for a year, 2, 3, 4. It don't matter how long you've been baptized. Like, you got to always remember that. Like, in this world, people moving out of strife, anger, get you up out your body. Then you might be a passionate person. I know me. I'll be passionate about some things. So, but when you like that, you have to definitely stay in the spirit. Because people out here just to provoke you sometimes. You got to see Judas coming. You got to see him coming, right? You know what they there for. You know if people operate in their life in truth, or if they just coming to cause confusion, jokes. But really, joke is on them if they not doing this. You know, if you're not on the Most High, you condemned already. If you're not believing in His Son, and we know that. It don't matter if earth and ashes is puffed up, and they think that you just on some fairy tale book. Look, you all got a date, and they know it. That's why they make the obituaries for the family with the wings and the clouds and the blue sky. And I know you're looking down from where? We always talk about it. So that means that you know that there's a God. And you think you're going to get away with not working for Him while you're here. You got to make sure you're working for Him. How you going to get hired? You go to a job, you don't do the work, you're not getting paid. They're going to let you go. Let's keep it going. Let's go Luke chapter 22. You're not doing no work for Him. You're not confessing Him in this world like the scriptures say. You want to come like Nicodemus by night to people that's serving Him because you care about how you look to man. You serving mankind more than the Most High. Don't work like that. You got to stand firm on this. You got to stand strong on this. Let's go. Let's take that from the top.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 22, and verse 1. Now the feast of unleavened bread drew nigh, which is called the Passover. And the chief priests and scribes sought how they might kill him, for they feared the people. Then entered Satan into Judas, surnamed Iscariot.
So Satan entered into him. His flesh, he started getting consumed by his flesh, right? His thoughts, right? Let's keep it going.
being of the number of the 12. And he went his way, and communed with the chief priests and captains, how he might betray him unto them. And they were glad, and covenanted to give him money.
So check that out. So they were glad. Oh, we got a sucker. He willing to do it. Look, we got someone we could put this on. And that's what happens. A lot of times people play themselves not knowing they being played. They being misused, right? They're being used because other people know, okay, well, we don't. They knew that they were going to cause an uproar with the people trying to do this on the Passover. And they said, we can't get them like that. And he pops up, I'll do it. Just give me some money. Oh, yeah, okay. They know who they can go get to do stuff, right? Judas is really, you don't have no wisdom, right? And that's what we see in this world. This is one of many things that goes on in this world. People backdooring each other in the streets. Friends you grew up with, setting people up. Women setting people up. People set people up for this paper, right? And ultimately that blood is on your hand. And where are you going for eternity? It's not worth it. So think about that, family. If you loving your neighbor, that's your guide to keep you away from stuff like this. That's why the commandments is powerful. That's why the law is holy. It keep you separate. You know, as soon as you see something, I'm that way. Some people, that part don't even go off in their spirit. They just like, yeah, we could. That's why I say don't run to do mischief with people, like you say in the Proverbs, right? Let's keep it going. Let's get Isaiah 48 and 22. It's like you, yeah, 22. That's it.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 48, and verse 22. There is no peace, saith the Lord, unto the wicked.
You get no peace, right? You get no peace when you're moving with wickedness. You think you're going to go, Judas thought he was going to get this money and just go off into the sunset and life was going to be A-okay. So many people think they're going to go do a robbery in the world and they had no intention. They didn't think that the person they was doing it with was going to kill someone, right? Man, I don't know if I should even say it on the camera. Get another flag. Certain words. But it's certain things. Yeah, I probably edit it. It's certain things people go do things and they didn't know. Man, you wasn't supposed to go that far. Now you doing forever in jail. You rotting in there, and you wasn't even raised like that, right? Or you just wanted some money instead of just look, take the slow route, man. Go get you a job. Go do something. Go work you 2 jobs. Work your 2 jobs. Just get the Sabbath off, something like that. But people always take the fast approach, right?
Thinking of that dude Franklin on that Snowfall I finally watched. It just wasn't ever enough. Like
going in circles. Let's get that. Go to Haggai 1:11.
and 6.
Huh.
The book of Haggai, chapter 1 and verse 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little.
Mm-hmm.
Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes.
Yeah. You putting your money in a bag that has holes in it. It's I just think when you come into the knowledge of knowing who we are as a people, and not just Judah, all the tribes, when you look at it, yeah, you could look at the very few that's doing wicked to they off in the sunset on the beach, plenty money, right? Doing it big, but our people, it just seems like you just been working your whole life and you just can't meet that mark, right? You just keep dropping back down because you gotta, he want to keep you focused on him. You gotta be focused on the Most High. If you get so far up and you just got all the stuff of your desires, our people would just probably not even be looking for the Most High. Some of them ain't doing it now and they're at the bottom. So, you know, gotta stay focused on the Most High. Let's go to Acts chapter 1. Yeah, Franklin just kept going in circles. Trying to get the bag. Let's go Acts 1, and let's start at verse 13.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 13. And when they were come in, they went up into an upper room where abode both Peter and James and John and Andrew, Philip and Thomas, Bartholomew and Matthew, James the son of Alphaeus, and Simon, Zelotes, and Judas the brother of James. These all continued with one accord in prayer and supplication with the woman and Mary, the mother of Yeshua, and with his brethren. And in those days Peter stood up in the midst of the disciples and said, the number of the names together were about 120. Men and brethren, this scripture must needs have been fulfilled, which the Holy Spirit by the mouth of David spake before concerning Judas, which was guide to them that took Yeshua. For he was numbered with us, and had obtained part of this ministry. Now this man purchased a field with the reward of iniquity. And falling headlong, he burst asunder in the midst, and all his bowels gushed out.
He purchased his own death, right? He purchased his own death. And he was a guide to them that took Yeshua. He set this all up. That's why Judas is big. You know, they make movies about Judas, right? And his betrayal. Like, he betrayed the son of the Most High God. And Judas was just consuming his flesh. That's why, go to Ecclesiastes chapter 6. You got to make sure that, let's get 6, 7 through 10. You got to prove a friend. You can't just, because, okay, well, they like the same thing I get. Nah. Morally, do they stand on the Most High? How they feel about you keeping the Most High's law? I don't really care about that stuff too much. I ain't really tripping. Well, man, if y'all ain't your foundation, we not really the same. We not thinking alike. Our spirits we not lined up the same, right? Bring that up.
It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6 and verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. And there is a friend who, being turned to enmity and strife, will discover thy reproach.
He's looking. That friend is always looking for your downfall, right? Look. Let's keep it going.
Again, some friend is a companion at the table, and will not continue in the day of thy affliction.
Not really caring about you, you know. And sometimes people use this, you know, it can't just always be about you, right? You can't just, well, I'm going through this. Man, other people going through stuff too now. Now, they're there to help you. But you can't just be walking around here like just putting it all on other people now. Because that's not being a good friend too. You have to make sure, like, you know what? I need some advice. I'm going to take that. I'm going to try it. But if you want to do what you want to do and it's not working, then how you going to keep complaining, right? Most High know, look, the children of Israel keep going off. They not keeping my law. Well, we going through this, we going through that. Same with our people today. Going through this, going through that. Well, you got to stop the drugs. Going through this, going through that. You got to work. Going through this, going through that. You got to take care of them children. Going through this, going through that. You got to listen to your parents. Going through this, but no, the whole head is sick, like this word say. The whole head is sick. You can't just do what you want to do. We can't just do what we want to do. Woke up tired, right? That alarm go off, time. Gotta get to Shabbat. No, you said you gonna do this work. I done gave you this truth. Look, your family and children healthy. You gotta work. You got work to do. You gotta do this. You gotta do this if it's 15 people in here or if it's 2. Or if it's just y'all on that camera. You gotta get up and do it, right? It's the work of the Most High God. Let's go to John chapter 12. You got to get up every day and know that tomorrow will come. Judas let it get the best of him. I'm tired of being broke. I'm finna sell him out. I'm finna go live fat like the Romans. They gonna give me the bag. Nah, they looking at you like, yeah, we'd never trust him. Give him that money though, so he could get him up out of here. Give him that bread that he looking for. He'd never be a part of the crew. Let's get that verse. Yeah, let's get verse 1. Let's start at the top.
What chapter?
John chapter 12.
It reads, Then Yeshua 6 days before the Passover came to Bethany, where Lazarus was, which had been dead, whom he raised from the dead. There they made him a supper, and Martha served, but Lazarus was one of them that sat at a table with him. Then took Mary a pound of ointment of spikenard, very costly, and anointed the feet of Yeshua, and wiped his feet with her hair. And the house was filled with the odor of the ointment. Then saith one of his disciples, Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, which should betray him, Why was not this ointment sold for 300 pence?
Man, what's she doing, man? We could have got the bag off you. She washing your feet, man. We could have sold that.
And given to the poor.
Look, he acting like, well, we could have get this to the poor. No, he just really wanted that money, right? Let's keep it going.
This he said, not that he cared for the poor, but because he was a thief and had the bag.
Oh, he had the bag. This is the first person that had the bag. He had the bag, right?
And bear what was put therein.
Mm-hmm.
Then said Yeshua, let her alone. Against the day of my burying hath she kept this. For the poor always ye have with you, but me ye have not always.
That's why, we want to make sure that we trying to get our works up in that we doing for the people out here in the world. We got to get back out there, giving back to the homeless and things like that again. We're going to get right back to it at Tabernacle because, she wasn't worried about that. She was like, look, this the Lord right here. And she didn't have much herself, right? But she knew about that kingdom. Let's keep it going. Let's go to chapter 13. Let's go. Second. Let's go to Proverbs 11:28.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 28. He that trusteth in his riches shall fall.
You can't trust in it. And I don't know, people today, I do know, they can't, they think that they just see these things of the world and they don't understand the difference, right? They think, you might be going to work, right? You doing what you need to do to provide for yourself. People going about it a wicked way. It won't last. It's not going to last if you're doing wicked to get these things, right? It won't prosper. You trusting in your riches. You know what? I'm not really thinking about God right now. Okay, he'll let you get what you think you got. And boom, you start even lower than before. See it all the time. We see it all the time. We see it with our people, right? You feeling good. You on the gram. In 2020, you on the gram. Now you're nowhere to be seen. Not because you down and out somewhere. You down and out because you just keep doing wickedness. You got to stop doing wickedness, right? Let's go Ecclesiastes 5 and 10. Old Testament. Yes, sir. Yes.
You said 500.
10.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5 and verse 10. He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver.
You will look, that's why when you get something, you're never satisfied, right? But if you got the Most High, you're not lost like that. That stuff could wait. You ain't tripping, you get it, cool. If not, people thinking they're gonna put that first. That's why it's always something. You're never satisfied. Man, why you always happy? Man, I'm in there. I got the knowledge of the Most High God. Let's keep it going.
He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver, nor he that loveth abundance with increase. This is also vanity.
So if you loving this stuff like so much and you really think, I don't need the most. Brother Lamois, Brother D, y'all, you still in them scriptures, huh? All right, brother. All right, assalamu alaikum, shalom, brother. Yeah. Assalamu alaikum, yeah, brother. All right, brother Mark. All right, brother Mark. You know, they be doing that stuff, right? But then, boom, cancer. Boom, someone important to you pass away. Boom, you sick. Boom, your children. And you just so messed up. Satan like, God, come get some of these DRUGs. Come get some of these. I don't know what they gonna flag. but yeah, just the way that he trapped you, right? Instead of just being patient. You know, you got to glory. That's why I say you got to glory in tribulation. You know what I'm going through, son. What he got for me next? Because that's why, family, when you just got to know that everything come in a season. It's going to come and go. You've been living this life. You already know. Things, you're going to be up. Then when you drop low, all right, that's what time it is, huh? Well, just got to keep staying in my word. I got to stay doing right. I got to stay focused even more until it turn back around. So I got to stay strong, right? Let's go Mark 10 and 24.
It's the book of Mark, chapter 10 and verse 24. And the disciples were astonished at his words. But Yeshua answereth again, and saith unto them, Children, how hard is it for them that trust in riches to enter into the kingdom of the Most High?
So many people trusting in it. They're gonna lose their mind when we always talk about when Babylon fall. People puffed up. Girl, he don't make enough money for me. Oh, she ain't got enough for me. I'm this, I'm that. And so many people trusted in their riches, right? And when that humbling come, treating people based on what they got, right? Man, and then be talking about the leaders of this world. But yet, you just won't, we know what it is, family. Let's go Proverbs 13 and 11. It's called respect of persons, right? That the Lord warned us from.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 13 and verse 11. Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth by labor shall increase.
That's why we talk about you got to work for it. You got to be working. You don't want to just be a Judas out here, right? Scheming and trying to get the bag, selling your people out. No mercy. You'll do anything. That's why it says nothing more wicked than a covetous man. There's nothing more wicked than that, because they'll do it to their family. A covetous woman should do it to her family, should do it to her child, should do it to her husband, her man. She'll do it to anybody. He'll do anybody in for his pleasure, right? But can you stay solid? Let's go Jeremiah 5 and 26. Got a few more. The book of go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 5 and verse 26. For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap, they catch men.
Let's read that part again.
For among my people are found wicked men.
Mm-hmm.
They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap, they catch men.
They catch men. They're crafty. Go to, matter of fact, get that Jeremiah 4 and 22. People work so hard to do this evil. It don't matter where you at. If you in Chicago, Florida, LA, Sacramento, Oakland, our people around where they work hard to do some wickedness.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 4, and verse 22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
They have no knowledge. They be thinking evil is good. There will be no Bloods in the kingdom of heaven. There will be no Crips. There will be no gangster rap. There will be no freaknik. There will be no twerk sessions. It will be no dope selling. There will be no getting over, finessing. There will be no pole dancing. There's not gonna be no prostitution. So if you doing all these things and you ain't repenting, what make you think you getting into heaven? Stop lying to these children. Stop lying to the world. People gotta stop lying. You gotta stop sitting here acting like I'm just gonna do whatever I want to do and I'm gonna get in. And you don't even believe in Jesus. You don't believe in Jesus. You don't believe in that Bible. Then why are you talking about the kingdom of heaven? This book is talking about the kingdom of heaven. The Israelites knew about the kingdom of heaven. No one knew what that was until then. So why are you talking about heaven? That's why, man, go Psalm 14 and 1.
Book of Psalms, chapter 14 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
The fool have said in his heart, there is no God.
Mm-hmm.
They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good.
Don't nobody do no good that is not believing in this. How? You in your flesh all day. You ain't strengthened in the spirit. You of this world. There is nobody that is just full of righteousness that's not dealing with the God of Israel. Because this is where the commandments are. This is where the law is. When you come with this, you realize, man, I thought I was cool. No. You preparing for just the holidays that you doing is wicked and evil. He blinds your mind, like 2 Corinthians 4 and 3 says. He blinds your mind. So you got to renew your mind to really come to him. You can't just be having this book and be on the gram and you just can't. You got to really be fighting through these scripts. You got to be really following this book and what it say. You got to really be with some brothers and sisters that's really in it like that. You don't know what you reading. You don't know who is who. They're telling you it don't matter. So, through strife. No, that's not. Go to Philippians chapter 1, verse 15.
The book of Philippians, chapter 1, verse 15. Some indeed preach Christ, even of envy and strife, and some also of goodwill.
So that's just what it is. Some people teach it hard, right? Some people teach it hard because it's a serious thing. Let's go to Psalm 64 and 5.
Book of Psalms, chapter 64 and verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep.
They say, look, people so wicked. They so wicked. They set snares, right? They trap men, just like Jeremiah 5 said. They so wicked. They will sit hours for that blood. They sit in them bushes. They sit in a trash can. They're throwing a wig. They'll go get some. To get that blood. They do the most. They lay in wait for hours and days. They'll study. They'll follow people home. They'll follow all your social media. It say his people is wise to do evil, but to do good. Hey, brother, can you want to keep the commandments, brother? Man, get that square stuff up out of here. They not. So you gotta renew your mind, man. This is definitely a war for your soul. People think it's about control, the money, what's going on in the world. Oh, just the politics. This world is a war on your soul, on the souls of mankind. That's where it start. That's where it stop. Everything else is just a vice. That's all it is. It's a war on your soul. Your poverty is a war on your soul. Your riches, war on your soul. Let's go Psalms 38:12.
The book of Psalms, chapter 38, verse 12. They also that seek after my life lay snares for me. And they that seek my hurt speak mischievous things and imagine deceits all the day long.
Yep, it's all day long. People plot for that evil. So let's go Revelation 14:12. Let's lock it 22 and 14.
The book of Revelation, chapter 22 and verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city.
Con. So what do we got to do, family? Keep his commandments. Let them be a guide to you. It's important that you keep his laws, statute, commandments. People think that they just so good enough, they just could do what they want to do. If you can't do what you want to do in the kingdom of heaven, why would you be able to do what you want to do here? You messing up here. So with that, family, thank the Most High. Pray it was edifying for you. Shalom.
Shalom.